We're excited to be here and enjoy the festivities and everything that's been organized by the Bowl, by the Poinsettia Bowl. Just want to thank everyone that's been involved in helping us have this great experience. And I can tell you from our players, our coaching staff, and our support staff that this has been a wonderful experience for them, and they've made great memories. And so much in fact that our families wonder if this is how we travel at every game, which makes us not look as great as coaches, but we assure them that this is way different than what we go through during the regular season. But it's a good way to celebrate the season, the end of the season, and really looking forward to the game. Looking forward to having one more game with our players and with our coaches, and enjoying this moment. We have great senior leadership, and so looking forward to one more last game and a great opponent like Wyoming. We're excited to take the field against them and honored that they will be on the field with us to end this season. And so I've spoken how much admiration I have for Craig Bowl and things that he does as a coach. He has a great reputation as a teacher and a motivator. And so for us to see, for me as a coach, being the football coaching nerd that I am, I followed his career. We've actually crossed paths when I was at Southern Utah, and he was first there in Fargo. And so to see what he's done in college football has been really impressive, especially North Dakota State. And I think he's going to do great things there in Wyoming, obviously from the season. So I congratulate them on a great year. I'm really looking forward to the game, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But really, really excited about Wyoming being our opponent, and excited to be here at Poinsettia Bowl. So I take any questions.
Coach, what have you seen from Tanner these last couple of weeks as he takes on this role of being the starter?
Well, Coach Bowles here, he's horrible, and he's not doing great. So, I mean, I think there's enough film on him from last year, and I think that, I said it before, that he being on the headsets has been great for him maturing as a quarterback. You know, being able to be on the headset and listen to Ty during the games is something that's very valuable for his progress as a quarterback. And I think that now that he's had the opportunity to lead this team into this game with the unfortunate injury to Taysom, we'll see what happens. I think that he has a lot of skill and a little different than what Taysom does, but hopefully, you know, with what we've practiced and things that we've implemented, you know, it's not like, I think Ty said it before, it's not like it's a huge departure from what we do offensively, but he is a different skill set. So we'll see what happens in the game. But he's done well.
Coach, as you've watched film of Wyoming, what stands out about this particular game and what Coach Bowles has done?
Well, if you look at the football-wise, I'm impressed with how hard they play and the fundamentals and technique that's being taught, which means that they're well coached. I also like the way they take the field. You see that they show sportsmanship and class on the field. That's something that I'm really big on. I mean, I've heard people say that's kind of old school. That's, you know, with Coach being from the tree of Tom Osborne and then myself from Lavelle Edwards, it makes sense that this should be an old school type of game, you know, with a lot of respect and big time competition, and it'll be a physical game, but I think for us it's a game of respect, and we've watched them during the season, you know, as a team we've watched them and the progress that they've made. We've been really impressed with what they've done on the field, and I think they're balanced. I mean, if you look at their offense, they throw for 200 so yards and they run for 200 so yards. They're physical at the line of scrimmage, and as a football coach, that's something that you really admire in the program. And so you can see the change. You can see some of the things that they're doing as a program, and I think that you know, people involved with Wyoming football should be really excited that they have a great head coach to lead the charge.
Coach, this is a series, as you know, that dates back to the 1920s. Have you talked to your players at all about the series and quote-unquote rivalry that this game was in the past?
Well, I think a lot of them know about it, you know, that our past in the WAC and also the Mountain West. And being that's familiar, I think it's more for guys like myself that actually played in that game, and Ty Detmer, that and a number of our coaches that played against Wyoming. But I mean, this generation is different. You kind of have to teach them all. Just we're dating ourselves here when you get to talk about back when I played against Wyoming, you know. But it's also a cool experience to share and talk about you know, players and places that have passionate fans. Laramie's one of those places, you know, so I've been really impressed with them. And there's a lot of pride that comes from the state of Wyoming. I mentioned I was speaking with Lavelle Edwards and his wife Patty, and she reminded me that she's from Big Piney, Wyoming, and she's really proud of being a Wyoming girl. And so that was, you know, there's great people there, just like how we feel about the people in our fan base. And so whenever you can get great places that have a lot of tradition and history behind it, and you're able to, you know, become familiar again and playing a game like this, I think it's a great setting.
Coach, having played in so many close games this season, how do you feel like that's kind of prepared you guys for this bowl setting?
Well, I mean, just extremely proud of the way our players take the field. Regardless of what the scoreboard says, we're just proud of playing hard all the time. I think that there's so much, I mean, you work so hard for 60 minutes of the game, and waste a second doesn't worry work with our players, and then they've taken leadership and taken ownership of that. And so the close games, I mean, that's the outcome is the outcome, you know what I mean? And regardless of a win or loss, I think we function the same way. We stay the course and we keep working hard, but we also appreciate the fact that we can play this game and our players take the field with that type of mindset that this is something they're proud to do, that they work hard to do, and you really don't want to waste 1 second.
Which in your first years, did everything kind of go as you kind of thought? Were there a lot of, and obviously probably a lot of new experience, but anything that caught you by surprise? Or, you know, just what are your thoughts of completing your first year as a head coach, and has it been everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's everything I thought it would be. I mean, I grew up a BYU fan. I was lucky enough to be a BYU football player for a great coach like Lavelle Edwards, and now I get to come back and be the head coach, and so it's a dream come true, you know. But I've lived every moment of it and enjoyed every second of this job. It's like I like coaching ball and I like being around football, and but being around such great young men and, you know, surprises. And I mean, it's gone everywhere I wanted it to, but I've been really surprised with how much support we received, and myself as a head coach from our fans and our administration. I mean, it's been awesome. So it's been a great experience, and yeah, let's keep this thing going.
Coach, Wyoming has terrific skill position players on offense, 3,000-yard passer, 1,700-yard rusher, 1,200-yard receiver. As a defensive mind, how much do you enjoy the challenge of trying to figure out how to slow these guys down and contain them?
Well, I think it's been difficult for a lot of people to do, you know, and when they have so many different weapons. I mean, they have big targets and receivers and tight ends, and then they're able to go into a power set. They're also skilled enough to spread you out a little bit and do some things, and then that all based around a physical big old line and a quarterback that knows how to run. I mean, he's underrated when it comes to his running, but you can see some of the things that he does with his legs, and he's a big young man and physical, and he has a lot of poise, you know. So I think he's only a sophomore, coach?
Correct.
Yeah, so he's got a bright future, you know. And, so I'm just really impressed with their team altogether. I think Coach has done a great job recruiting the guys that fit what Wyoming football is all about. Been really impressed with how balanced they are, and then on defense, the fundamentals they're awesome. They're a joy to watch as a coach, and I've been impressed with them. And even before we knew they were our opponents, we watched them play Boise and San Diego State twice, and then a bunch of these different games, and was able to see how well they play and how much they improve every week, and how they've actually got more depth than you think. So they're a good, talented team, and they've proven a lot of people wrong. But it's been fun to watch from from our point of view. And then now that they're our opponents, it's been fun to prepare for.
Coach, what's it mean to you personally and to your program to compete in the Poinsettia Bowl?
Personally, I mean, I've been here before when I was an assistant at Utah, and we had a great time, and you know, the bowl committee, the red coats, and everyone that's involved has done a great job as far as giving us another opportunity to have great memories. And so it's great that we get to extend our season and play one more game in the year. but just really enjoyed being here, and the weather is awesome. I mean, I talked to a buddy of mine in Provo, and it was 5 degrees at the moment I was talking to him. And you sounded cold, so it's nice to be out in the warm weather, and you know, it's a great way to end the season, and with a great opponent, and so we're looking forward to this game tomorrow.
Coach,
Along
this
those,
is-
sorry.
Okay. Coach, this isn't your typical game week. You got the zoo, you got SeaWorld. Is there a formula to try to keep that balance, knowing you have competition on Wednesday while still being able to have fun throughout the week? Is there a balance of preparation for the game?
No, just have fun and live the moment. I mean, there's a balance for me because my feet get tired when I stand on it for more than 5 minutes, you know, and so trying to take breaks and sit down at the zoo, whether it's being around the giraffes and elephants and all that stuff, I have to pace myself, but the players are young and they're excited because finals is over with and they have nothing on their plate other than football and going to the zoo and SeaWorld and stuff like that, but yeah, I think you just live the moment and enjoy what's going on, and they're young, they recover really quickly.
You played in a couple of NFL venues already this year. What's it like playing in these big NFL facilities?
Well, I mean, I think that it's a story for the young men that, you know, when they warm up, they know that the Chargers play there, and that the, you know, the Raiders and Chargers play this Sunday, and so it's something that they see, and something that they'll watch every Sunday. They'll be able to see these venues and say, hey, I played in that place, I played in that stadium, and had a great experience doing it. So I think that's a cool part of the story, you know, but this game could be in any field that's 100 yards long, and Coach Bowl and stuff will show up with our guys and play it regardless, but the fact that we have a nice venue, we appreciate it, and have great fans to fill it, it's going to be fun. That's the long pause. You guys missed your opportunity. Thank you.